As you see, when we last left our heroes, the Glassbreakers had begun their journey north to Gajangadog in order to collect the second of 5 keys scattered across Fjortalum. During their first day of travel, the group encountered an orcish outpost, seemingly abandoned mid-construction, and here they found a giant humanoid individual named Mayog, who claimed to have been kicked out of his tribe for being a vegetarian, and found his way to this outpost where he bludgeoned its inhabitants in self-defense. It was then, during this conversation, when the group were given a more personal introduction to the Collectors, nomadic and sentient machines that prowl across the now empty battlefields. Though the group was able to make short work of the machines, Moag fled into the horizon, leaving the Glassbreakers as they spent the remaining day scavenging what they could from these strange creatures. Picking up the next morning, the group eventually arrived at Kona Gate, a series of watchtowers that guard the entrance to the Orcish lands, eventually arriving at Gajangadog proper. Though met with a bit of resistance from the guards to the keep, Yotul, queen of the orcs, arrived and ushered in the group to speak privately inside. As you all are able to make your way into the keep proper, Yotul, guarded by her 4 companions, leads you all into a side private chamber that it looks like houses quite a bit more paperwork than anybody would want to deal with. Brushing most of it aside, some of it even just spilling onto the floor, Yotul takes a seat in her chair and motions for her guards to leave. Silently they do so, shutting the door behind them, though you can hear a faint locking mechanism before she nods and looks at all of you. So, tell me what it is you wish to speak about. It's been quite some time.
That it has, and we thank you for your time and seeing us. It feels a bit forward to consider you a friend, but I don't think we would have been able to retake Ardnor without the aid of you and your soldiers. For that, you have at least my eternal gratitude, and I'm sure that of our citizens as well.
I'm sure our citizens also appreciate what you have done. You all killed a dragon for us. I feel it earns a bit of a placement under the social hierarchy up here. Though I assume you're not here on leisurely visits. Why have you come to see us?
We have come seeking a key, and at that, when he says key, Wallace will look to Aldrin and say, unfortunately, during the tumult in Arnor, we lost our brave ranger. Flynn gave his life to protect the rest of us. But in a time that we needed him most, Aldrin came seemingly in his place, and now we quest to help him find these keys of the land. I believe he can explain a bit more about their nature and stress the importance of our journey here.
Yotul nods and speaks up. I am sorry to hear about the loss of your friend. And you, stranger, Aldrin, you said your name was?
Yes, my name is Aldrin Darkwinds.
So you say, in your time of need when your friend had passed, this individual, he just shows up? It's not a bit suspicious?
Yeah, I agree.
Believe me, we have had our suspicions as well, but He has proven himself to be a staunch ally in the face of danger, and committed at least to most of our safety, as much as he can be.
I can say that I was brought here not of my own will, but of that of a higher power.
And this higher power you speak of is... What is it you don't know?
I do not know of the exact origins of this higher power, but I do not feel them to be benevolent or mistrusting.
It is strange times. Who knows what things have made their way into our lands. But if the rest of you seem to vouch for this individual, that's enough for me right now. But tell me, these keys... I do find it strange that so shortly after my claim of the throne, in learning of such things, suddenly you all come here in search of it. For what need do you have?
It is not so much that we need the keys, but we need to keep the keys away from others.
Well, from what I know, their keys are not easy to access. Who on earth could be an adversary for such?
Well, as you know, there are creatures coming into our world that are not natural. Some that are quite powerful and may attempt to have at these keys.
And you think they're capable of doing so?
Yes, I do believe so. After seeing the destruction of what's happened in Arnor, I do believe that some of them would have the power to get these keys if they wanted.
Go where you say, Wallace?
I think I remember, it's been a long time, but we were told, I think, that was it the Galadrim key that was already taken?
Yeah, Nuala's friend.
And Nuala relay that to us, right?
I think so.
Yeah. I think at this point Wallace will mention that our friend Aldrin has truth to his words. We have heard tell of the Elven lands in Galadrim having had their key taken by forces that we believe mean to harm or some way subjugate the land.
So they have a Darkwind with them.
Question.
Is that not the rumor? Only a Darkwind can claim these keys?
I cannot speak for the keys outside of Arnor. I know that for the one that was in Arnor, a Darkwind had to be there to claim it.
Well, from what they told me, that seems to be a universal truth. But how is it you've claimed one from Arnor if Flint has passed?
I am the ancestor, long dead but shortly revived Aldrin Darkwinds.
I'm sorry, you are the ancestor of someone short or long lived, or you are... I'm sort of confused, this makes no sense.
Flint Darkwinds. I am his great many times grandfather.
Well, you look great for your age.
Thank you.
So what, you say that this Flint individual, he passes and then just this ghost comes and takes his place? I mean, you look kind of like him, but excuse me for being a little confused. Seems far-fetched.
It's quite all right. I was quite confused myself when I was brought back, but that seems to be the reason why I am here now.
And you're wishing to collect our key.
Yes, if that would be possible.
And you claim to have the Arnor key with you? Or did you keep it safe in hiding?
We carry it with us, I believe. As long as we are together, we feel that there is not a place that we consider safer for the time being.
May I see it?
Do we have your word that we will be able to get your key?
We'll come back to that. There are a few other matters I feel should be discussed first, but it's on the docket. The least you could do is show me proof of these accusations of danger.
At your word, your tool, I don't believe it will be a problem. We can show you the key. There is trust between all of us.
For sure. And I made sure to speak to Philip about this, make sure he was okay with it. But Philip will remove the key from his bag and hold it in his hand. Utul, her face comes back in astonishment and bewilderment as she eyes it, almost without moving even. She's very, very fascinating. They say these keys have untold power, each unique in its own right. What does this one do?
It lets us touch the sky for a time. Not certain if the rest of them are themed in that way, but that's what it seems like for the time being.
Very interesting. Well then. At first order to hand. As you all know, I have dispatched quite a number of soldiers down to your settlement. Do you know how long you wish for them to remain there? At which point Philip speaks up. He says, I prefer that they may only need another week or so as restorations and cleanup are put into place. Unless any of you guys wanted them there longer for a reason, though I would prefer they be returned to their proper leaders as soon as possible.
We understand your concerns, Philip, and it's true that the recovery effort in Arnor is proceeding well, much better than I could have anticipated given the level of destruction that was wrought. But as invaluable as their assistance was during a time of crisis, I know that they are also well suited to defending their homeland, and Philip is right, they should return, or they should be sent on their way back within about a week or so to resume their posts or whatever assignments you have need from them.
Wonderful, good to hear. I have heard that they faced some strange creatures, but have learned much, especially at this, I do apologize to hear, tower that you used to have. There was some sort of teleportation sequence involved. The mages I have down there are fascinated by it, and I've heard that everything has been amicable to be easiest. My only other question is, we would like to know if an embassy, of course, could be possibly put in place to further establish relations. Especially after we have come to your aid. It seems only fair, do you not agree? And Philip speaks up. Says, yes, that should be right and proper. I will send word to my father about getting an establishment put together. I can't be certain about the time frame, but I will make sure it will be high up on the list of priorities. Again, if anybody else wants to disagree or agree, speak now.
I certainly believe it's fair as long as Arnor is able to establish a diplomatic presence here in Gajangadog as well. Friends helping friends, and all that.
Absolutely. Now, regarding one other thing, these creatures that are showing up in a surprising array, do we have any whereabouts of where they're coming from even yet?
I believe all we have found out is that they are not of this land. As you mentioned, they are using teleportation magic and grand fiery portals and such to insert themselves where they do not belong. But I regret to say we have not been able to get on the other side of those portals, partly from slight lack of access and partly from uncertainty that we would be able to return, especially if that land is far and away removed from Fjortalum. We wouldn't be any use to defending the land here if we were not around for that defense.
Fair enough. And tell me, this individual that you see is claiming these keys. What do we know about him? Or his followers?
Regrettably, we haven't learned much. Just that there is what was it? Blackstaff? Is that am I getting that correct?
Oh, Glassstaff?
Glassstaff. Was that who it was?
If it's the same person I'm thinking of, then yes, I believe so.
Yeah, because I think I remember being mentioned with the I think I remember a name, something like that, being mentioned with the Galadrim key, as to them being the ones who convinced their way into the vault and got the key, right?
Yeah, your fellow party members can maybe update you on any questions you have regarding tier 1 of this adventure.
Yeah.
But
so yeah, Wallace will mention, essentially catch her up on. I think that's as far as we know in terms of who the other interested party is in the keys.
And is this individual supposedly a Darkwind, this Glassstaff?
Absolutely not. He is of no relation to me.
Oh, I'm sorry, I hit a soft spot. Well then, he must be traveling with one of you, which is kind of confusing, because as far as I know, there was just Flint. Was he not the last of the line?
To my knowledge, yes, he was.
Well then maybe you're not the only ghost prowling these lands. Still,
Certainly builds upon the intrigue of Aldrin's coming, but if Glassstaff has a Darkwind with them, it would make sense how they are able to get into the vaults, but it is not something that we are explicitly aware of, though we will be wary of it now that this information is known.
fair enough. At another interesting point, just so I can fully try to have an understanding. Legend speaks that there are 5 of these keys. Yet, we have 4 nations on this land. Do you know where this 5th key is supposed to be?
I believe we need some more searching ourselves to be able to find that out. But without knowing how long that would take, we felt it prudent to act on the whereabouts of the keys that we do know about. And hopefully in time use that to help further any leads on the missing one.
Interesting. So, say you collect all these keys. Then what? You just hide out forever? Hope this Glassstaff and his ghosts don't find you?
If possible, I would like to destroy them.
I feel like if we find all these keys, preferably figure out where the 5th one is, maybe it'll lead us to him and finish him once and for all.
And what happens if he gets the keys? Do we know if all of them are needed or only some?
Mere days ago, I didn't even believe this, and now I'm more confused than ever. I don't even know what these keys unlock. I don't know.
Rest assured, we will keep you abreast of any new information that we find out, but this is a bit of a developing situation. We do believe that these keys are, pun not intended, the key to protecting the land and its populace for the time being. And once we have more of them, potentially we can find out more about their purpose or their use. Or, as Vondel said, we will have them, and that will likely draw the Glassstaff to us for a showdown of sorts. And we can, if we can stop him, then we can make sure that no one else is going for the keys, maybe destroy them or secure them better than they were secured in the past.
Well, from what I hear, the keys are very well protected. But, if you insist, I think we can come to an arrangement. I will bring you... Oh, go ahead.
I just wish to tell you that although the keys may be well defended from the outside, with the way that some of these creatures are appearing in our world, we can testify to say that a creature from not of this world was in the Arnorki vault already.
It is true, we did have to battle some infernal being in order to have access to the key, and it was not a being that was originally intended as a guardian, more a creature that took up residence and tried to draw us into our death.
Oh, very interesting. Well, if you are so inclined to claim this key from us, I will guide you to its entrance at least. Under one condition. Me and 2 of my best men will come with you. To ensure proper respects are paid.
Of course, at your word, though, as I'm sure you've probably been informed, the trials are arduous, besting some of our best fighters as well.
Well, I have a few tricks up my sleeve. I am fairly confident in. You can see as, with a wave of her hand and a slight muttering of an incantation, a mage hand of shimmering blue appears right above her that swoops down and kind of scoots aside some paper, clearing a space for her to be able to lean forward a little bit with her hands clasped together. She says, very well then. We can depart tomorrow morning. I will gather Otar and Dene and tell them to prepare for the worst, if you will. Have you already found lodgings in town, or do you need accommodations?
I think we can. I think we remember our way around. I certainly know of a couple places I'm going to stop off. Maybe check in with some acquaintances I made last time we were in town.
Very well, very well.
I think I still owe someone a drink or two.
As it's quite possible around here. Many people owe many things. But, very well if you wish. It seems we'll need to place a few minor duties, amongst others, and prepare myself for tomorrow. Unless, of course, there was anything else you wish to share.
Not at the moment, it seems. We thank you for your time again and seeing us, and it is good to see that you are well and that the crown rests lightly so far upon your head.
It hasn't been too hard so far. You just send a bunch of us towards to help the Pinkskins, and yeah, it's a call of the day.
I think Wallace will laugh out loud at that. Well, the Pinkskins are ever grateful.
Wonderful. Well, for now I must excuse myself. I'm sure you can find your own way out. Meet me at the front gate tomorrow morning. We have a bit of a journey to undertake. Though I've heard it's one you've already taken. Well, some of you. Please. And you see as the mage hand reaches over and there is a unlocking noise of the door, and the mage hand turns a knob, pushing the door open, and motions for you all to leave.
Yeah, we do so.
Alright.
And I think Wallace will go try to carouse if the party doesn't have business necessarily. He'll go carouse at a couple taverns if they're there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yoltul uses her mage hand to shut the door, and you can see just barely as she kind of starts straightening up some of the paperwork. But yeah, let me grab Xanathars and let's check some carousing tables for a day. Let's see what we can come up with. Hold up. Did you have any specifics that you wanted to take part in during this little carousing section? Is there any specific places you wanted to visit, people, or play anything?
We might want to stock up on health potions if possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Yep.
Right. Let me find my
I also
fucking
don't.
notes.
I don't remember if it was the faceplate or the steel that I could try to craft into plate armor, but
Yeah. Let me. Where did I put
just put that in the burner.
my? Let me grab. As I search through, I don't know why I didn't decide to open up my 18 folders of. Here we go. Good on dog. Oh no, that's not the right one. Where was it? Fuck it. I don't feel like looking for it. Yeah, you can. You said you want to get that faceplate figured out. Did I put in the description of that item which or what the process for that was, or is it just scrap of?
I think it was just a piece of the plate.
All right, let me find.
For the face.
Oh god, I gotta open up Hammond's just to. Potions you can go buy. How many are you guys looking to get? just to expedite that section.
Who has the money?
Oh shit, I think Aaron does.
Uh, yeah, if Aaron was with us the whole time, then yeah, he would have all the platinum bars for sure.
It comes back around.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, here. You had the faceplate Vondel? Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
that
also
sounds
have
right.
The steel, but
I have the
I don't know
steel.
if.
I don't want to scroll through this stuff right now. We'll figure it out later, and we'll just
Yeah.
assume that you'll have content. And what was the potions you guys were looking? How many of what you were looking to grab?
How much is the not the
The greater.
what is it, like just regular healing? Then is it what, greater?
Yeah.
Supreme.
one-
Greater healing, right?
Yeah, 1 second. Let me pull
I
up the
think it's
shop.
like 4 tiers.
There's 4. I only know 2.
I know there's like greater healing and then supreme healing. I think there's maybe one in the middle.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's superior, greater, supreme.
Superior.
Let me adjust this filter. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Okay, here we go. Well, that's ridiculous.
I think we should, if we can afford it, get a couple superior and more greater.
Yeah. Hard to stock up on that.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, I had to pull up. I couldn't find this one. I needed to find. I knew I had a shops for 'em. Okay. Of the big boys, they don't have. They have 1 potion of superior healing, which was, oh gosh. A potion of superior healing will be 500 gold.
Cool.
The regular healings are, of course, 50. And they do have a few other potions, if you're curious. But if you're just here for the healing potions, they do have
I am.
6 regular healing potions.
That's what, 300 gold?
Yes.
For the 6.
For the 6.
And how much money do we have?
Oh yeah, shit. Let me open up Aaron's sheet. What do we got? Aaron says he has. You have about 8,000 gold. Oh, is that? Oh, it's in the bag of holding. That's why. Can I do that? There we go. Okay. Yeah, Aaron's got the bag of gold, or bag of holding. You guys just making Aaron pay for it? I guess that's the party pot, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And you're doing the all 6 regular healing potions.
How much were the superior? 500
The superior
each?
was 5, and there's only
Okay,
1.
And okay. How much are the greater?
There are no greater. There's just the 1
No greater,
superior and
okay.
the 6 regular.
I say we buy it all.
Yeah, I mean that's what, only 800 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that sounds good. And then we can ask about what their stock is for the rest of them, see if there's anything we feel like might be useful.
Yeah. Let
I'd
me
like
access his
to
sheet
hear
quick.
the other potions.
Do you have a menu that we can peruse while you're grabbing everything?
I think 80
I'm
would be
trying hard not
correct.
to steal anything.
Because that'll put him at like 720. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he hands over fucking 80 platinum for these potions. Potion seller is amazed. But no, yeah, they do have they have one potion of animal friendship. They have a few potions of climbing. 2 potions of gaseous form. 1 potion of heroism. And then 1 potion of each. They have a potion of resistance against cold and a potion of resistance against fire.
How much for the
Um,
resistance potions?
The resistance are 300 each. And they last for 1 hour.
Okay.
Hey.
Fire's a good one.
The fire, I think, would be very useful.
Is this
There
again coming out
was-
of... Is this all going to come out of Aaron just for my quick... Is that the right? Because nobody else
think so.
like
I
has
don't-
gold, right?
I don't know that
Having
anyone
one.
else.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I feel like Aaron will be understanding. All right. I'll take another... So you're taking the fire potion?
Uh,
Probably get one.
I think we should take the fire resistance.
Cool.
Well,
So there was animal friendship, there was heroism. I know heroism that you drink it and you pretty much get temporary HP and
And
immune
bless.
to
Yeah.
frighten.
Yeah, and you get the effects of bless for 1 hour.
Oh, for an hour.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
cool.
You get the 10 temporary hit points
Ooh.
that only last for that 1 hour. But then for that duration,
Oh.
you have the effects of bless. It doesn't have the fear
Okay, nice.
immunity.
Got it. Okay, so it's like there. That
So
makes
it's a
sense.
it's a
Alright,
little
I see
different
it
than the
there.
spell,
Right.
Oh, no.
as
Animal
opposed to
friendship
animal
is
friendship, which
animal
does
friendship,
cast
right.
the spell basically.
Right. I literally just looked at that one, so I'm like, the other one's the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was potions of climbing, and what else was that? It.
Potion of climbing.
Gaseous form.
Yep, 2 of gaseous
Gaseous form.
form.
How much are the gaseous form?
The gaseous form are both also 300.
Okay,
We should buy those. Those could come in handy.
both of them.
I think so, and then divvy them out.
Yeah.
Who can cast it?
I don't think anybody can anymore.
Oh, okay.
Flint could.
Oh, yeah. Dang.
Yeah.
I was like, I got a source so I could. Oh, yeah. We should both then.
Bro.
So you drink it, and you are gaseous, but it's for 1 hour or until you stop it, and so then that just stops it. So it's not like you can flip in and out at will, right? hour?
Let me check real quick. I'm pretty
Just like-
sure.
It's pretty weird.
If it's
No,
like
you-
the spell, I don't think you can flip in and out of it.
You can't flip in and out of
Right.
it, but you can end the effect as a bonus action.
But until then, you're gas for an hour. Okay.
Wish I could do that in real life.
Right.
There's a lot of things I'd like to be able to
It's
do. in
really
D&D.
handy for like going under doors and stuff.
Yeah, no, that is, yeah, going through small cracks, that is very true. I think we should go with what Aldrin said. That's, I think, only 1,700 gold so far for all of the healing potions, fire resistance, and the 2 gaseous form.
Why not? We these
We got our
keys take out
ATM.
a whole lot out of us. So
Yeah, our
Let's have a
Aaron
full
ATM.
Aaron just keeps pulling out the coins.
Just platinum bar after platinum bar.
Some of the actually, this is all in current platinum pieces.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
So I guess we're
although
holding
how
on
much
to this.
was each platinum bar? It was worth 1,000. I
like it
haven't
would've been-
total. I've been doing them individually. How much have you spent total? It was what? 300 for this healing potions
It's
plus 5.
1,700. Yeah, 800 for all the healing potions, and then 300 for the fire resistance and 2 gaseous forms so far.
Okay, so 17 so far. I'm just gonna put
Yeah.
100 platinum back and remove a platinum bar. That's 1,000. So there's still 700. Was there any other potions? Did you want the animal friendship or any climbing potions?
I think we're mobile enough to not
Are we
have to
given
worry
any
about the climbing
information
potions right
to
now.
where the entrance was to this place? Or no?
You haven't been told. You've just been told that apparently you know the way, or at least have taken the way. It wasn't inquired about. But yeah, the potion of climbing basically just gives you a climbing speed for an hour.
Yeah, I got it.
And then advantage on like strength athletics checks to climb, I think. But yeah, if you don't want those, it's just 1,700. Is that
I
total?
think that would be good. Yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah.
All right, yeah, I will. Well, then I'm gonna take 700 off.
This shopkeeper's going to retire now.
He's gonna make more potions. Is what he's gonna do. Adventurers are in town. There's you get the idea that this isn't because of the like actual stock of healing potions and like gaseous form. This is a very expensive commodity that your average person's not getting. You get the implication that there's probably other people who buy from him who may or may not be adventurers themselves.
Is this guy just like a potion vendor, or does he have other stuff?
When you inquire, he specifically is a alchemist. Though he would be willing to buy that oil off you, Vondel.
Yeah, I'll just put them on the table. I'm like, how much you'll give me?
How much does the items? Does the item say that I gave you?
No, I wasn't given. I don't think.
Of course not. Oh yeah, I think I told you to make just like a custom, and we'll get to it later. And we didn't, which is fine. How much corpse collector? Here we go. How many did you have?
5.
5. Okay.
Aldrin has 5 as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we
So you
both,
do have 10.
harvested.
So they'll actually give you about 400 gold for all 10 vials at 40 each.
Sure.
Are you gonna take that Vondel and put it in your bag of holding, or whoever has the bag of holding?
I'll
other
put
one.
it in my bag of holding.
Alrighty
I think
then.
that-
How much was it per vial?
just-
It was 40 per vial.
Okay.
I want my money.
Do we?
Okay, so yeah, 200 each, or not 200 each. No, yeah, 200 each.
yeah.
What were you saying, Wallace?
I think as we're finishing up here, Wallace will query to the group if we want to look into potentially picking up some more diamonds if we can.
Oh, yeah. Totally forgot.
I have 3 100 gold diamonds so far. But I do have, in case we need it, I've been holding on to a greater restoration spell that does need diamond dust worth 100 gold. I can use my feature to make that if we don't have any, but being able to save the feature for 200 gold worth of diamonds for Revivify would also be, handy. So more diamonds and or diamond dust is all I really need because I'm a material girl.
Yeah.
Let me
Do
quickly.
remember, I can revivify.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one a day.
I
Yep.
can revivify
Well, I can do
as well.
more than one a day, but it gets
Oh
crazy.
yeah, well yeah.
What level is the Revivify? 3rd level?
Third, yeah.
Third level.
Yeah, I'm not there yet. Next level. Don't worry. We'll all have
Aaron
Revivify.
needs to prepare another spell.
Team Revivify.
Team Revivify.
Yeah,
Uh,
we'll throw in.
Yeah, in that case, then I think maybe at least a couple hundred gold worth of diamond dust I think would be helpful, so I can shoot off greater restoration spells if needed,
Mhm.
because that'll like free up like curses and stuff in case any of that happens. Reduction to target ability scores, effect reducing target's hit point maximums.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can head over to the local basically jewelry shop regarding just diamonds. If you're looking for just diamonds, they do have 4 100 gold diamonds 2 50 gold diamonds and 1 diamond at 300 gold.
And what do we need for the revivify spell?
300 gold worth of diamonds.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be just 1 diamond.
No, it can be
That's what
it can be
sounds like.
separate.
Yeah, it just sounds
At least that's
diamonds.
how I rule it. As far as I can tell,
diamonds
it's...
worth 300 gold. Yeah,
yeah.
diamonds in general. I think, can we get the 250 the 50 gold diamonds and get them? Does he have diamond dust, or would he need to like crush up some diamonds to dust?
They can crush it for you for a price.
Can Wallace try to persuade them in the way that, like, regale them with the tale of when we slew the dragon and protected their home to try to
Yes.
get it for just the price of the diamonds themselves?
You won't be able to get it the free crushing, but give me a persuasion check.
The free crushing.
Re-crushing.
Might crush them. No, I'm joking.
It's not that kind of place, Fondo.
I'm sorry. I'm holding
19.
Back, I'm holding back.
Oops.
19's good enough.
All right.
He won't give it to you free of charge for the job because it does take some
Right.
diligent and proper eye care to make sure that all the dust is still collected. Instead of the 10% cost charge, he'll only charge 5% per gem.
Okay. Per gem. Okay.
Per gem.
Well, I guess it's still like 5 gold for the 250 golds, right?
Yes.
How many more diamonds do we need? So, does Nuala carry any diamonds?
I don't have any at the moment, I don't think, because I couldn't cast Revivify, if I can tell.
You can cast
Well,
Revivify
so
if you prepare it.
Haven't got. Well, no, I know I can have saying for like the last level or two, like since I've been able to do it, I don't think I've gotten any of the diamonds.
Gotcha.
Checking. Yeah, I don't have any.
So what we can do
proud.
is, if we buy 2 diamonds, I can give Nuala 1 of them, and then she will have 300 diamonds, so she'll have a Revivify. Aldrin will have a Revivify in the pocket for like no material cost, you said, right?
Yes.
I will have 1 diamond, but I can make 200 and technically 240 gold in diamonds with my feature. So as long as I have 100 gold of diamonds, I can make the rest if I still have my feature. And then I can have the hopefully 200 gold worth of diamond dust if we can swing that. How does that sound?
I can offer the 200 just to get it off my back.
Great.
Make money.
So are you buying? You're buying all the diamonds?
Let's see. So you said there were 4.
Yeah,
I need
there's
to write this down to keep
400,
track.
250,
4
and 1
100.
300. I think that's 8.
That's 7.
1 3
4
That's 300,
plus 250.
250 and
Yeah.
3.
So it's
4
8.
100.
Yeah, because 4, 1, and 3.
So
okay.
I think Wallace definitely wants the 250 crushed up.
Okay, so that'll be 110.
And then and then maybe one of the 100s.
Okay.
That does leave 3 100 gold diamonds and the big 300 gold diamond.
Correct.
Um,
Still up for grabs.
Yes.
If you crush up another 200 gold worth of diamonds and give to me, I can cast Greater Restoration as well.
Ooh. Okay.
Do you want to do that?
That's up to Wallace. He's willing and dealing on this.
I'm trying to keep track of all this. Yeah, I mean, if we can swim, I mean, this whole thing is like tapping, I guess, tapping, Vondel and Aaron for the money. Just like tapping on my shoulder, like, hey, kid, can you pay the man, please? So that's 200, and then another 200. That leaves 100 gold diamond. Yeah, it sounds like we should take all of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
We buy the 100, give that to Nuala, and then I'll give Nuala 2 of mine. And I think we should be pretty set. We don't need to buy the 300 gold diamond, but I mean we can if we wanna be big spenders today.
Was that the one you said you wanted to give to Nuala, or you would give Nuala 3 100?
We would give Nuala the 100 that is left to buy, right?
Okay.
And I would give Nuala 2 of my diamonds that I have in my backpack,
Okay.
and that would make the 300 for her.
Okay.
So I think let's do that. The backpack switch right now. I'll take 200 golds of diamond out of my bag, and Nuala can add 2 100 gold diamonds from Wallace with love.
Okay. So you're just getting 2 of the 100s and the 250s? Or are you getting all 4 100s?
I think we're gonna get all 4 100s.
Yeah, and then,
Okay.
Yeah.
So your total will be 430. For if you wanted to get 2 of those hundreds crushed into dust for Aldrin.
Yeah, that's including the 250s and the 100 for Wallace, right?
Correct.
Yes. So one of the diamonds is remaining intact. The rest are getting crushed, and I guess we'll leave the 300 gold, the big boy,
At the shop?
for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 430, and you said Vondel, you're paying 200
yeah,
of it.
200. Yeah.
Is Aldrin paying the other 200, or is that coming from Wallace or from Aaron?
Aaron can pay it.
Alrighty. Aaron's like, okay, gets the bag back out.
Mood. You just leave it out for now. You know, I hate
just
to
take the
see you
same
going
gold that
back
I
and
had
forth.
out, and then I just
He'll actually need 23 platinum. He'll actually do it in gold to make things easy. 220 platinum. Whoop. Sorry. Usually I don't have to worry about doing this. Naturally I end up in there. Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys got your diamonds. It doesn't take too long. You can come back later in the day to grab that. What else did you guys want to do?
but whenever we get to the collectors, we can talk about that later.
Yeah, I'll hit you up. I'll just hit you up on break, actually.
Yeah.
Make it easy. But perfect.
I think that's good for me. I don't really.
For securing lodging, as part of the carousing, you do know that there are some nicer inns, and there are some fine inns. There's some decent. There is one very nice inn. Which one do you guys want to go stay at?
I think Wallace would spend his time at kind of one that's, not the most rough and tumble inn, but probably one that's like
It's
1 or 2
comfortable.
steps above that. Yeah. What's
Vondo
the lifestyle? Between poor and modest. Not wretched, not quite squalid, between poor and modest.
Well, there is no middle ground. But if you're looking at that chart in comparison, you basically have a modest, a comfortable, and a wealthy.
Okay.
Those are
Modest
your
then,
options.
I guess. Yeah.
And it's per guest, not per room.
I'm in for comfortable.
How much was it?
It's either 1 gold, 2 gold, or 4 gold, depending on how bougie you want to be.
Aldrin want to be bougie.
Really quick, can I just add the diamond dust to my person already?
Oh yeah,
Right
yeah.
now?
You guys can just add that for now. Yeah, you can
Great.
swoop back later. It's not that big a deal.
Sweet.
I say we see how the rich orcs like to live.
Yes, I see. Why not?
Sounds okay.
I can live rich for a night.
Yeah, there is a very, very nice, splendid inn. You also know as the tavern where you guys roasted the white dragon meat somewhere around 2 months ago, I believe. At this point, I have to look at my calendar. But it is as warm and hospitable as you remember from last time, with complimentary meals, though unfortunately no dragon meat currently. And is a very splendid stay. It is 4 gold per individual, so 24 total.
I'll pay for it.
All right, look at that, Aldrin. For the 1 night. Very, very nice. And then, was there anything else anybody want to get up to besides, I guess, Wallace's carousing? Well then, very, very nice. I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, nothing. I was saying I don't think I have anything
Okay.
particular. That was
Cool. Alrighty then. Yeah, and you're just, are you just heading around Wallace?
Yeah, I think he now that he has the alchemy jug, he's going to I'm trying to think, like 4 gallons of beer is a lot of beer, but
That's a lot of beer.
like in comparison to like 1 gallon of wine, I feel like he's probably not going to finish it, but I think he would do the beer and just be like, hanging out, drinking out of his alchemy jug and just generally carousing. Once he gets, a bit tipsy enough, he's probably gonna go on stage and make a fool of himself for a little bit. But I think part of it is also that he's trying to get a feel for maybe how the people feel about their current monarch, and how they feel kind of in general about sending their soldiers off to go help Arnor, whether people are feeling good, bad, or indifferent about that. Kind of get a sense of how the common, maybe not common, but how these people feel
Yeah.
about kind of current events. Get a barometer test for that.
For sure. Give me, we're gonna do a series of checks with this. Give me, first a performance check.
Okay. I think I remember something earlier, way back in the days of Baby Wallace. If I'm drunk, do I get advantage on performance checks, or was it an extra plus?
For this, we're gonna say no. That does sound like something I would have given you. But for this one, this will be just a straight performance.
Okay. Hey, there you go.
Yeah, wonderful. Even a little bit of drunkenness. Luck is not really involved here, if we're being honest. You're a natural performer, and people remember you.
I think it also helps that he is going off about how his drum head is now made of like some white dragon hide.
Yeah,
and
it
it
is.
hits different being the people here.
Yeah, it's quite a revelation. And of course, quite a few people want to see the drum, with the legendary, of course, dragon hide affixed to it. And you're able to make quite a bit of contact and communication with basically as many people as you want. With that, give me an insight check with advantage.
Hey, I'm never good at these, but hopefully advantage works out.
11.
Oof.
You get a lot of people talking to you, but no one really wants to talk politics for the most part. They're at the bar. I'm pretty sure it's like a Sunday night, like everyone's trying to have just one more little hurrah that's there before having to kind of go back to work in the morning. The few you are able to talk to, you do get quite a bit of a spread. It seems very, very 50-50 on people who... There's the few who are like, yeah, this war was dumb and just a bunch of people in power playing tokens, and a few others who, of course, felt disrespected by Arnor. You find basically opinions on all sides, but for the most part, everyone seems a little understanding that there's kind of a bigger picture at play. Even the ones who felt kind of disrespected by Arnor have a little bit of kind of cockiness to it, in that they're like, yeah, of course we had to send down troops to help out the humans because they can't fucking do anything right. And it's quite a placement of opinions. And but as you're not a human, a dwarf, one of the many nomadic ones, you still are, of course, very much welcomed, and even the human ally with you, our good friend Philip, is treated with quite a bit of respect still. Everyone obviously knows that you guys killed a dragon, and that does bring a lot of credibility. But the general stasis, people are a little more worried about the kind of monster stuff. You do hear about a few attacks that have taken place over the past couple of weeks. But there haven't been anything too substantial that has caused any, nationwide panic. It's just them kind of adapting to the new
lesser, threat. Just kind of like lesser monsters, not anything like the big baddies that we've been facing that would be like a significant threat, right?
Yeah, nothing like that. You do hear about one apparently incursion of some sort of giant folk that had attacked some kind of scouts and hunters, and the general disposition is that wilderness travel has become substantially more difficult and dangerous, which has had a huge inflation rise in a lot of gathering resources, which is an area that can apparently get you in quite a bit of coin nowadays, as long as you, of course, stock up on health potions. But that's the general readout that you get. You don't get too much information about what it is that people have been attacked, other than this giant one, which apparently was kind of a big deal. But just that there's strange beasts out in those woods in the hills.
It was the giant, the one that was mentioned about like last session.
Recap wise, yeah, you were there, so you saw the hill giant.
Right.
The one these guys talk about doesn't really match the description. You kind of compare notes. These ones were all blue, and we're not vegetarian.
Ooh.
But those were seen apparently more up in the mountain range, but had made their way into the forest, it seems. There was reports of their sightings in the mountain range, though only one attack took place in the forest itself.
Got it. Okay. Good info. Attack the big blue boys. One shot idea. Okay.
Yeah, maybe. I'll work on it. If you guys plan on missing sessions and we need to be short-staffed, we can do that. But yeah, that's what you get from your day of carousing. Is there anything anybody wanted to get done before we call it a night and we can hop to the next day?
I would. I'm sorry. You can go.
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
All right. I guess because I would assume I still have the books that I have, I
Mhm.
would just continue reading the book that I found in uh, the Vanthiver house, the the transportation between planes, the one that's in Infernal, I think, unless that one's in Common.
I'll have to check my notes on those. I really should organize all these things that I have you guys with. But yeah, absolutely. You can definitely do that. Spend on that. Just give me a quick intelligence check.
This is how you know I don't go to bars because who would read in them?
Fawnal's at home reading, studying.
Yeah.
That's actually very on brand right now.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
So wait, which check did you tell me?
Just
to
a
make?
straight intelligence check.
Intelligence. All right. Oh, hey.
25. You kind of make actually some headway. You're starting to understand the a bit of the pattern with the symbols, and it's starting to get a little more cohesive. You're starting to see where sentence structure is coming into place. It's still a little bit difficult getting the words there, but you're getting a lot closer to understanding the grammar that's used, and it's very, very confusing. Still nowhere near legibility.
Would there be because I was a
Yeah.
little bit curious with these books, but the transportation from different planes, that book, was there any, or in any of the books really, was there any like other writing, or was it that just the main writing and like the language? I'm sorry.
So
like
you're talking about
anything else
the
written on
book
it?
on planar travel
Yeah.
that was written in Infernal.
Yeah. Was like there any notes that like maybe the lady left behind, or was it just kind of like
I see what you're saying.
yeah.
You do find sections of liner notes, though you can tell by the alphabet that those are actually also written in Infernal.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
And they're very few and far apart. But you kind of peruse to check for them, spacing through.
Hey.
There are some, but it's
course.
not a lot.
Good to know. Good to know. I'll review those once I learn more.
Alrighty. And then Aldrin, you said you had something?
Yeah. So I'm guessing like when it would be around dinner time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Wallace is off doing what he does, but I'm going to hold the earring of Whisper because I guess I don't know. Do you have to hold it to talk to it?
Yes, you have to touch your finger to the earring.
Okay, so I will hold that and go. Shh. This is Aldrin to all glass breakers. I have something I would like to discuss with you, perhaps over dinner. Over.
Great. Yeah, I think Wallace may send like a slightly tipsy, like, you got it done for, big boy, over. Because he's like just hearing about the big blue boys, and he's like kind of trying to come up with a story / song about it,
Mm-hmm.
about Attack of the Big Blue Boys. But yeah, Wallace will show
Wait,
up
what do you have to say in the beginning and the end? I keep forgetting.
It's
for
and over.
over.
Alrighty.
I guess okay, sure. Well, I'll come down. I wonder what we have to talk about. Over. Yeah, and I'll just close my book and start heading down.
So I imagine the nice ritzy place that we're staying at has a decent like dining area.
Yes, it does. It has a very wide kind of longhouse setup. Where you can see it's got 4 chandeliers that kind of corner each section of the room in a zigzag fashion. That give the place a very, very well lit environment, along with, of course, a wonderful fireplace that takes up around 20 feet of the left side when you enter wall. And it's pretty nice. You can see that there's a lot of what's the word for it? Animal skin furs. That kind of line each bench, so it's a nice soft seat. Along with lining of the walls, it looks like that help keep heat in as well.
Well, I will pick a table that's large enough for everyone and kind of off to the side.
Yeah, there are there's 4 rows across that goes then 3 deep, so there's 12 total tables. And each one looks like they fit about 10 people. And there is one, there'll be a few, there's a few that are open that y'all can fit on.
Now that we're all assembled, I have to tell you that I did lie, and this is in a hushed tone. I did lie to the queen earlier.
About?
There is another Dark Winds that is alive.
Okay.
It is only through the memories of Flint that I know this. But he did have an uncle who was alive. His name is Bedlam, and the last Flint knew, he was in... And DM, you'll have to tell me, what is the name of the halfling city?
Baalbeg.
Baalbeg, that is where he was.
Well, that certainly is an interesting revelation. Though I ask, Aldrin, why weren't you forthcoming about that to the Queen?
Because I do not personally know the Queen, and I do not trust her. Also, I did not want her to think that a Dark Winds could be on the evil side and then her not want to trust us.
I understand your intentions. Though now I wonder if there is a way that we can present this information to the Queen in a way that doesn't implicate us. But since it is, I believe, your information to give, Aldrin, I will leave the choice of when we do it to you, though I do stress that I think she should know, if only to better protect her own lands.
See, I'm of the opposite. I am of the opposite. I think if we don't tell her and have her believe that I am the only Dark Winds left, she will know not to trust anyone else who goes by that name.
I mean, if we get this key, then she won't have to worry about another Darkwind coming.
That is true.
But if this is true, then let's hope that we can come to some sort of position with him. Because, I mean, do you know the person? Or is it just through Flint's memories?
I do not know of Flint's uncle. I only know him through Flint's memories, which are cloudy at best. And it had been many years since Flint had even seen him, but he had spoke to him through a message and asked him to come to Arnor, but that was before Arnor fell under attack.
So you won't mind if he dies if we are to fight in combat? Family or not?
Getting these keys and protecting them should be the priority, but I do not think that if he is doing anything evil, I don't think he knows it. He has probably been tricked.
If he's with Glassstaff, then it might be a little bit harder than that.
Curiouser and curiouser. I guess we can put a pin in this for the immediate time being. Although I don't agree, I will trust your judgment, Flint. We will keep this information between ourselves as much as we can. At least until we get a better idea on both Glassstaff's intentions and the intentions of Flint's uncle. Whether he is doing this under some form of duress, perhaps we can find a way to either bring him to our side or remove his interest from this fight entirely. Though I concede that there is the very real possibility that if he places himself in front of us, we will have no choice but to cut him down.
It pains me to hear that, but I do also agree with you that the protection of these keys are more important than any one person or any family.
Wherever these keys lead to, if we find them all, I really hope that stays true.
I hope so as well. My suspicion, which I do not know, but possibly if we find all the keys that we know about, they could lead us to the missing key. But I don't know how.
I suppose we may be enlightened more the more keys we're able to acquire. For now, I guess we can keep our eyes and ears peeled for any sign of this fifth key while we are working towards the ones that we do have knowledge of. I will say I do appreciate you sharing this sensitive information with us, Aldrin. Is there anything else that you wanted to bring up while we're all gathered here?
And no, that was all. I just felt that it should be known sooner rather than later.
We understand completely. For now, we have this dinner laid in front of us, and it sounds like a bit of a journey before us tomorrow. Care if I pour everyone a drink? And Wallace will, without waiting for confirmation, start pouring beer into everyone's mugs from the alchemy jug.
Very nice.
I think he will have made it a specific beer that they had a lot of. It's like the closest a beer could get to rum from the times that he was on a fishing boat, and
Oh, for
it's
sure.
what it's what he had most frequently that caused him to be drunk as often as he was back then. So yeah, everyone gets a taste of that.
Wonderful.
Dwarven make.
A rarity. With that, you guys want to hop to the next morning then?
We do need to divvy out the potions that we bought.
True.
Yes.
Let's take here to take our break. You guys can divvy out your potions during the break. And then we come back, we can get to travel again. Alright, cool. Is that all squared away then?
Should be, yeah.
Alright, cool. If not, too bad. You guys all wake up, feeling fully refreshed. Long rest complete. Which I should do on the other character sheets. Oh god, you got Philip at full rest. Goodness, I forgot. I'm not managing both of these. Someone's gonna actually I have a different idea. No, it's probably better. So you guys all wake up and are able to convene early in the morning to get you guys yourself some food. You can just mark off actually for last night's meal, because I'm assuming you guys ate last night. Just mark off whoever wants to 5 gold for the food costs, which are necessary to complete your long rest, because you gotta need some nourishments. Do you guys have rations prepared for the journey?
I'm actually running out. To get
I'll
some.
pay the 5 gold.
All right, perfect.
Wallace has 12 rations remaining, and he's willing to share those if people need.
Let me see if Aaron has his rations.
Yeah, I've only got like 7.
Yeah, Aaron's got some rations, it looks like. Cool. Okay, yeah, but yeah, you pop up the 5 gold. Is there anything you guys want to discuss or talk about before you journey while you're having your breakfast?
As a reminder, everybody gets 12 temporary hit points.
Oh, it's
Right.
12 now.
Uh-huh.
Big level 12ers. Here we are.
My hit points looking chunky.
Yeah,
I'm
you
at-
guys
I'm
are
37.
It just barely puts me above triple digits.
When I rolled for hit points, I literally rolled just enough that I'm at 99 instead of 100.
That's funny.
I was like almost there, but no, alas.
Yeah, when I redid the 12th level math for encounter balancing, and I realized I had to punch through about almost 700 hit points to get a TPK. Let's just say encounter balance went out the window a long time ago. I don't care anymore. It's just not possible. Or is it? But anyway, yeah, you guys have your breakfast. Sorry, was there anything you guys want to discuss before heading out and meeting the queen and her boys?
As we're sitting there, Aldrin, of course, not eating, but he's just kind of chilling out, waiting. He looks a little different than he did the day before.
Whack.
He was always kind of clean shaven. Since you have known him, he kind of just always looked the same. He never really aged or shown dirt or anything. But he's actually got just a little bit of a stubble going on. And his hair is a little less dirty blonde and a little darker in color.
Interesting.
I guess I do notice, but I say nothing. 'Cause
Yeah, I guess
I then will. Yeah.
before I move on, does anybody comment by any chance?
No,
Aldrin,
it's
did
funny
you?
give him that side-eyed, like, like the meme with like the monkey where she's like,
That's on brand.
Uh-huh.
I think Wallace would say, Aldrin, did you managed to find time to dye your hair. It's looking a bit darker. Is that? It wasn't always like that, was it?
I don't think it was, and I just kind of, because it's a little bit longer, it's kind of shoulder length. He kind of pulls it over to look at it, and he goes, "Huh, I guess it's this colder weather. It's maybe having an effect."
Insight check. I don't know why I do these. I'm not good at them. Here, I'm gonna roll one. Here we go. Nat 20. Here we go.
You got it.
All right. I think
What are you looking for? What are you looking for to try to insight?
I guess maybe to see whether Aldrin believes that it is just the cold, or whether it's like he's just trying to comment on, maybe it's just the change of climate that is affecting this. I think Wallace will say though, it's almost as if traveling and having a bit of a purpose is breathing a bit more life into those old bones, right?
Yes, I think maybe I'm not sure myself. I just kind of scratch my chin where I've got a little bit of stubble. I never cared for this look, but this is what's in fashion now.
Are you able to change it at will, or I guess does it change on its own?
I had no part in the changes you see before you.
I see. I think Wallace will kind of use that same insight roll to maybe try to ascertain whether. I think still whether Flint believes, whether Aldrin believes what he's saying like holds the truth, or again whether he's just trying to like make some sort of conversation out of it to either allay suspicion or just kind of explain something currently unexplainable to him.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. You get the idea. You don't get any readings that Flint is trying, or Flint, goodness, Aldrin is explicitly trying to, Freudian slip, explicitly trying to deceive you. You don't pick up anything like that. He probably, maybe not as confused as you are. I'll let Aldrin decide to give what he wants to say, I guess. Well, Aldrin thinks a 15 deserves. There you go.
I have no clue what to say. DM, do I know?
I would say no.
No.
I am just as confused as you are, Wallace.
I guess I interrupt right about now, and Vondo says, "How about this? Let's just because we're experiencing the existence of a lot of things. Maybe you're changing. This body isn't enough, and you're evolving. I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist, but
Vondel, if you think I'm going through puberty, I'm over 1,000 years old. That happened a long time ago.
Good lord.
well, I don't know if puberty is a word I'm trying to get at, but
After Aldrin says that, he then just begins to smile.
yeah, I'm like closely analyzing, but I don't. Vondo's convinced he's an alien or something crazy. Yeah.
Spelljammer hasn't been released yet, Vondel.
This is true. Vondo knows.
Oh man, now I just time locked this session. Alrighty. Unless there's anything else you wish to discuss regarding this, are we all ready to move on to traveling?
Hell yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. You guys are able to meet Yotul and her two bodyguards. You can see that As you meet her actually in the same space that long ago you met. Oh, don't do this to me. What was her character's name? Oh, I feel terrible right now. Mazoga? Haha. When you met Mazoga during the trials, 3 of you at least, it seems to be like a popular meeting spot on the western half of town. And you can see that she is flanked by 2 individuals. One, a not very strong looking orc male individual, though he is adorned in a nice set of plate armor with a quarterstaff at his side. The other seems to be a inappropriately dressed for the weather female orc with a beautiful maul that is fixed to her back. You get kind of the sense that maybe they don't care too much about the cold weather. Though as you all approach, Yotul speaks up. Says, wonderful. I was worried you all had gotten cold feet. Haha. Are you ready to make the journey to Bobosh Nagri?
There,
I believe we are. Can't say that I'm necessarily a fan of the cold, though the briskness of the wind does remind me a little bit of being out at sea. So, it's bittersweet for me.
Don't worry, Master Dwarf. We have this power of the gods on our side.
I think Wallace will laugh out loud at that. Worried? Hardly. With heavy sarcasm in that last word.
Just make sure not to get frozen in your tracks in case something terrifying breaches the tree line. Hopefully we will make it by the end of the day. We shall lead the way.
Existential crises on existential crises, and on top of that, we have to worry about being a meal. Sounds like another day in the life of the Glassbreakers.
As always. For those who did undergo the trials, you remember the journey, maybe a little bit, but luckily Yotul here, as she introduces her 2 other companions, Otar, the individual in the plate armor, a master wizard, as she speaks, along with Dene, one of Gajangadog's finest warriors. The 3 of them are opting to, again, lead the path to make sure you guys don't get lost on the journey to Bobosh Nagri. But, much like last time, we're going to run this as a sort of, I'm coining it Micah's skill challenge. The first leg of this journey will be across the frozen plains, and I can deliver it up to you guys. Who would like to make the first attempt on making sure this journey is as smooth as possible with whatever skill or class feature spell you have at your disposal that you think would be beneficial during this section of the journey in any capacity?
I'll go first. If that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, I am gonna attempt to use intimidation to try to, I'm gonna, like, make myself look like a big, scary paladin that I am, and try to keep things warded off. No.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and I should specify really, really quick, because I forgot to, just because there were some people who weren't doing this part of the adventure. Part of this travel section is purely from a mechanical stance, not from a narrative stance. A long rest will not be possible until you arrive at your destination, though each night of rest will qualify for a short rest, if you wish. Purely so it's not that just any encounter you have you can just go ham on.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nuala, give me an intimidation check. Yeah, 16. You're a scary foe. you have substantially more people with you this time than last. And there is kind of one period where you notice it looks like you guys are being kind of hunted by some sort of pack of wolves. But the sheer number and presence that you guys carry seems like it's enough that you're not too worried about being attacked by any means. And for funsies, I'll throw you on the map. And you're able to make it to the White Forest about halfway through the day. As you... Oh, goodness. My phone. I don't care. I'm busy. As you guys make your way into the tree line, who would like to go next?
I think Wallace will go next. Being very much reassured by Nuala's intimidating presence, keeping any nasty things at bay. Wallace, I think, feels extra like untouchable with Big Bad Nuala standing guard. So he's going to roll a performance check to try to, just sing a little bit, tap on his drum, like a traveling song, something to keep up morale and maintain a pace.
Okay.
To keep everyone kind of moving without falling behind.
Okay. It'll be a little higher of a DC, but I'll allow it. Absolutely. Give me a performance check. 19. Well done. Yeah. The morale is going quite well. And as you guys make your way through kind of this first section of the forest line, you still have to go a little bit slower. Sorry. Due to the nature of whatever is these beasties that continue to make their way into Fjortalum, the trek is still a bit slower than last time, but is uneventful as you guys finish up this first day of travel, and you're able to make up camp at the in the forest. At which point you could have taken a short rest, though I don't think it's necessary too well, due to, of course, your non-usage of resources. As the second day comes to rise, who wants to take the next step on this journey?
I can go. I'll use stealth to kind of, let our entire group go a certain path away from the beings that live, as well as prying eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me a stealth check. $28.
Hey.
You teach kind of the rest of the group, and even Yotul and her comrades, a bit of the finesse of walking through the snow, keeping your tracks low, kind of using whatever cloaks you have to brush away any footprints you have, and to keep quiet. And with a miraculous level of skill, the rest of your allies are able to continue and follow as you make your way forward. As you reach the base of the Ritzegtan, through here on the second half of this journey, or second half of this day, who wants to follow up next? Oh shoot, I realize I have less players than I usually do. Fuck, what does Aaron have? Aaron will volunteer with Aaron will do Arcana, saying he will keep a watch out for any magical abnormality. It's perception. Fuck it. He's gonna do okay. Before I interrupt with this, does anybody who hasn't gone yet?
Aldrin hasn't.
Aldrin, is there anything you wish to use your abilities for, or assist in any way, skills, whatever?
Have we used perception yet?
We have not.
Aldrin will sprout his wings and will fly up into the air and just scout the area out around us to see if there's anything of note, any enemies, and see how the path looks ahead.
Absolutely. Yeah. Give me a perception check. 16. Yeah, you do notice as you're kind of flying about this section of forest line where you can see some kind of disturbances amongst the tree line and this kind of sort of path of some sort of large creature that you are able to then relay over to your allies, and you're all able to give a nice solid berth before you eventually are able to reach up through the rest of this mountain range here and begin your ascent up much higher, ending the day a little bit of a ways up on the mountain range, a nice cliff section that looks hospitable. And again, a short rest is possible if needed. But otherwise, I will, well, for brevity, I will reset back to opening up to any other players. Using same skills are locked if they've been used already. But any players who've gone before, you guys can go again just to keep on you for this, what you assume to be the last day of travel, as Yotul informs.
So, what time of day are we expected to get there?
At this rate, probably mid-afternoon, if not night, depending on if something nefarious were to happen. Hopefully later afternoon.
Could I use a commune as a skill check?
Yeah. Yeah, do a ritual casting of commune. How do you do it to help?
I guess it would be with the questions I ask.
Okay, sure. For funsies, tell me, what 3 questions do you want to ask?
Is the key that we're searching for still there?
Okay. The answer is yes.
Is the path to the key, or I guess it would be to the vault where it's hidden, is
Right.
it clear?
You get a middle ground question statement of, because yes or no would be probably confusing or dishonest, that there are many dangers that lie between you and the vault, but that will qualify for usefulness of course, the key.
I guess for the last question, I would ask, are there any enemies hunting us right now or spying on us?
Ooh, that's a good
Okay.
one.
Watch.
I'm getting spicy.
Oh, how do I answer this? Commune. I gave this to you as like a joke to myself because Deborah will understand why.
Yeah.
But I will just say yes.
You're actually finding this useful? It's incredible.
You'll get a yes for that question.
And the best part about commune is this is basically like calling the operator and asking questions because Aldrin doesn't know who he's talking to.
Yeah, it really is. Yes, sir. Have you tried restarting the device, turning it back on and off again? Oh, that was a little racist. I feel bad now. We're gonna cut that part out. Yeah, you. That was unintentional. You absolutely use that. Yeah, give me. I'd say give me an Arcana check using your Charisma stat. So if you're proficient in Arcana, you can just roll another stat that you're proficient in. If it's Charisma based.
So
Are you proficient in Arcana?
I am proficient, yes, in Arcana.
All right, yeah. So if there's any other charisma-based skill, you can just use that for rolling. For technology reasons. Oh my gosh. Yeah,
That work?
you decipher the
Yo.
words in the stars, in the bones. What is your, actually, let me ask, what does your commune look like?
The last time I used it, I basically put my spell book down in front of me. I think it's called the Grim of Shadows or something.
Oh, yes,
And
yes.
I basically put like both hands down on a blank page and just kind of speak the questions.
Do
It's-
the answers
yes.
like get written in the book?
Yeah,
as
it
you're-
gets written in
as
the
you're
book.
doing
It's
it?
it's the
That's
Horcrux
dope.
from Harry Potter. Yeah, absolutely. You get these yes nos, and dangers lie everywhere. Between you and the key. Answers that appear on the pages. Deciphering this information. Yeah, with a 27 Arcana check, you're kind of walking for a period where you notice that the ground kind of feels a little weird. And you kind of have just this weird understanding of the right places to step on this area as you're kind of nearing the hot springs that some of you once visited, and safely are able to make your way through the majority of this section, and eventually you guys do kind of later in the afternoon. It's probably a little before dinner time. You all notice as you are arriving at the how should I say, the what's the correct word? The entrance area of Bobosh Nagri. At which point Yotul informs you. She says, and I'm sure we'll be totally fine. As far as we've been told, the undead in the area have been cleared out. It should be completely safe. We just have to deal with the riddle. But as you guys approach, you do notice that Yotul kind of stops for a moment, and the rest of you see, as at one of the kind of base cliff edges, you notice that this entire cemetery kind of sits on this rising edifice. Step by step, there are kind of basically several platforms that follow different levels of the cemetery, each one rising up about 10 feet above the next, with stone stairs placed inside, against and into the rocks. And you do notice that there are 4 orcish corpses covered in frost and ice, laying in the ground, completely unmoving. The Gajangadog regalia, armor affixed, easily identifying them as guards. And Yotul and her 2 comrades rush forward to begin inspecting the bodies. And she turns to the rest of you. She says, "We must be careful. Something is wrong here."
It begins.
And just in the distance, can I have actually everybody give me a perception check?
I'm so good at these.
Like I've never rolled well on a perception check. Yep.
Almost got that.
I got this.
All 3 of Vondel, Aldrin, and Nuwala, you all 3 notice, just in the distance at the far end, you know that the head sort of tombstone area, you notice 3 individuals that seem to be pacing the northern section, where I can throw you guys on the map. And they don't look like they've noticed you yet.
Okay. How far away are we from them?
You would guess somewhere between, yeah, somewhere about 150-ish feet away from the 2 nearest ones.
Okay. Okay.
Looks like we're not alone.
They are.
Wait, are these?
Go ahead.
Sorry. Are these like the same kind of creatures that we saw last time when we were here?
No, they're not. These are very large and gangly looking creatures. You can see that they're kind of sort of wrapped in this almost shadowy set of robes, with very, though, muscly built forearms that extend into almost 3-foot long claws, tipped with elongated, of course, further nails that seem to seems wrong.
Okay. If I wanted to, could I try to get within 60 feet to see if they are undead or anything like within?
Yeah, if you want to, give me a stealth check. And you guys, are you guys letting her rush ahead?
I think
You are in broad daylight, and you can tell that these creatures are carousing the area.
is the ridge that's in front of us, like right here, is it elevated, or
Yes.
are we higher and it goes down?
It goes up. Each ridge goes up about 10 feet.
Okay.
So you could
Um,
place yourself against this ridge, all of you, and in theory be hidden from view of maybe certain things further away and higher up.
Yeah, but for the
I
number of our group, if we were to get close, we would most likely be.
And how many orcs do we have with us for?
You have 2, not including Yotul.
Okay.
I
Really?
think we should take up a defensive position just under the ridge, and try to plan this out a bit more. As much as I'd love to see you rush headlong into danger, Nuala, I'd prefer to hold off just a bit longer.
Okay.
I agree.
That is probably a smarter idea than I was trying to do. So. Okay.
Don't worry, we'll let you slash them up in just a moment. We just need a little bit more time.
Fine, but only for you. And let's play.
I'm
Man.
going to ask Yotul, which direction do we need to go exactly?
She points to the very far end, and if you're looking on the map, right where I ping, she says, that center mausoleum.
And once we get there, how do we get past that?
I mean, I guess no one's ever tried. Supposedly there's... Or, sorry, hold on. I'm not totally certain. There's supposedly a riddle on the sarcophagus. I've never seen it myself before. I'm not totally certain.
I love good riddle. Let's go.
It doesn't seem like we're going to be able to sneak past them or even run past them to get in. So we probably are going to have to fight them. So we then have enough time to solve the riddle.
But don't we have to solve the riddle though? Like when we get to the thing?
Yes, that's why I'm saying I think we might have to kill them first, so that way we're not fighting them and trying to solve the riddle.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. Well, if we can't sneak past them, then I say we just go kill them now.
What if I am a bit I am a bit slippery for a dwarf. What if I can draw them in, maybe to the edge here, with everyone out of sight, readying attacks. And as soon as one of them comes over the edge, you all lay into him while I get a bit of distance. Maybe we can draw one down to investigate something and deal with the other two after we take one out.
Wait, so you want to separate one from the group and then try to go after the other?
Wallace is offering to be a bit of a distraction to see if we can draw one over to investigate something that's happening. And if it gets close enough, everyone lays in with attacks and can hopefully take care of it while the other two are still on their way to come eat some knuckle sandwiches.
I could attempt to get up close and cast something that will hopefully incapacitate them if we wanted to do that. And you guys could ready attacks to get the jump on them.
DM, is that a fountain in the middle, like right above us?
Yes. Which interestingly seems to be flowing fine, despite the very cold weather.
I can turn 4 of us invisible. We could sneak up to the second ridge line and stay up against it. Someone can draw them down, and then we would have them boxed in on either side.
That does sound like a good idea. We keep potentially Vondel and Aaron, and perhaps our a wizard friend here down below this ridge, so they have some distance and can attack at range. All of the frontline fighters can maybe take up a hidden position at the tree line here, kind of pincer them between us. I, of course, can serve as the distraction. I can run out in the middle and draw attention. And get out before any, hopefully, harm comes to me.
So which 4 people would want to go up to the second ridge line?
Are you looking for specifically melee fighters, you said?
So 4, does 4 include, 4 includes you, right?
I don't think I have to use it on me. I think I can make 4 other people.
Oh, right, and you have ranged with your Eldritch Blast, so Philip and Nuala probably, and the plate mail guy. Yeah, he's gonna need it if he's trying to stealth up with that plate mail.
Remember, invisibility does not give you a bonus to your stealth checks.
I will give him a bardic inspiration as we're about to go, though, because I think, well, what do I have? Here's an idea. It may be a bit conspicuous, but I can cast a fog cloud in the middle expanse here. Perhaps that fog cloud coupled with your invisibility spell can provide enough cover for them to get to the tree line and maybe conspicuous enough to draw them to investigate the cloud, while also hiding any tracks that may be left.
How far can you cast it?
I can cast it out to a distance of 120 feet, and it's a 20-foot radius fog sphere. I do have, I believe, a token that for a spell
you
effect
do.
if we want to take a look.
You do.
Can I post it up right now just to get an idea
for sure.
of how big it's going to be?
because you would know what it looks like.
All right, it's about that big. That's pretty decent cover.
It will heavily obscure the area, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think if they walk actually kind of loud and make a noise, but nothing is seen, that would cause them to come down.
They will see the fog cloud, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they won't see anybody in the
True,
plate
yes.
mail making them.
I just want to make sure. Yeah, absolutely.
That's a dash action to get there. What do we think? I guess Wallace will ask the queen whether she fancies herself a distance fighter or would like to be up in the mix, so to speak, especially given that she has a vested interest in not perishing at all this journey.
She explains that she likes to keep her distance from her foes.
Okay. Well, in that case, we have 1, 2, 3. If it's the queen, the wizard, and Aaron keeping their distance, Vondel can take the last invisibility spot, and that'll be what, 4?
I can
Yeah,
do it.
That could work.
yeah. I think we have our plan.
So it's Vondel, Otar is the gentleman in the plate. Philip and Nuala, you said? Are going invisible?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll go invisible.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys want to, the 4 of you dash forward into the fog cloud is what you're saying?
Well, Wallace's idea is that they go, into the fog cloud, but they know to just keep heading till they get to the tree line. And could potentially try to be hidden there.
In the trees. Just making sure that's what you're saying.
I think, in the trees, like below the ridge there, so they
Okay.
have some
No, yeah.
visual obscurity there.
Yeah, the trees will definitely give you heavily obscured as well. Actually, probably lightly obscured. But that still can be very good. Okay. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you guys, so all in the sort of sense of one round. That sounds like Aldrin's gonna cast invisibility on these 4 individuals who are gonna rush forward through the fog. Aaron Wallace casts fog cloud, and then the 4 of them rush past through the fog cloud into the tree line
Yes.
in order to draw attention, or
I
are you
think
being
the
stealthy, I
fog-
guess?
I think the 4 invisible people are trying to be stealthy, and hopefully the fog cloud can convey some sort of advantage, hopefully, to the people who really need it. But I think...
In what sense? Because they're already invisible.
Mhm.
Is
By
it
hiding their... Because they're invisible, right? But they still have a physical presence in the world, and it's
Yes.
snowy,
Uh-huh.
so they would be theoretically leaving footprints, but with the fog cloud, that would also heavily obscure any footprints left behind.
Okay.
Until it dissipates. Wallace will also bardically inspire. I think it lasts for 10 minutes.
Mhm.
So can I use it? Can I expend 2 uses to give one to Nuala and one to Otar?
Okay.
And that's
I'll mark them as inspired.
D10
You said Otar and who else?
and Nuala.
Okay. Mark as such. Okay. Yeah, you give a quick inspiring quote. And then the 4 of them are going to rush forward into the tree line, correct?
That's the plan.
All right. And are you
Those
still
always
trying
go
to be
so well.
stealthy?
I think that's the idea, but I guess if they're the ones running in, I'll kind of leave it to them. Well, I think Nuala is the only one, and Vondel. Vondel can be stealthy, no problem.
I love being stealthy. if you
Okay.
would. I'll
Then
be
yeah.
stealthy.
So you are being stealthy?
Yeah, I'll try my best to. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, then I'll have both of you guys give me stealth checks. Okay, solid. As they make their way forward, Philip rolls his stealth check. Oh, not great, Philip. And you can move your tokens all the way up there to where you wish to be. Just need one from Nuwala then.
Sorry, I just got back. What do you need me to roll?
Sorry, just roll me a quick
Stealth.
stealth check.
As
you
We're
charge
sending
forward.
you to fight.
You're invisible and inspired. 5.
Oh,
Oh dear. Alrighty.
there is the D10 inspiration that I gave it to Nuala. Otar, I guess, can use it too if necessary.
Otar feels confident. Let me roll.
Okay. All right, you can hold on to it.
I
But- Oof.
Should have whispered those. Still, a 5 becomes a 14. As you guys all,
It is
Oh, go ahead.
advantage on the D10 if you want to roll it
this is
twice
true.
and see if you get the 10.
I don't think 15 is gonna make much of a difference though.
I did not either way.
I'm gonna give them a movement. As you notice that they definitely start moving as they sense this kind of commotion.
Oh, since we're within the 60 feet, can I do the divine sense?
Yeah, you can.
If you cast a spell, you lose invisibility.
Luckily, it's not a spell, so she's good to go. Yeah. As you throw up your divine sense, are they considered behind total cover due to where you're hiding?
Well, I mean, this one within.
Oh, they're not. They're not close enough yet.
Oh yeah. So
I'll
never
say
mind, I
you can
can't
use one of your like 5 uses a day to see if they're not in range yet. You don't detect anything yet. But you notice
Okay.
they've started moving in. Is this bottom group doing anything?
I'm gonna move closer to the looks like a staircase on the left.
Okay. Are you also being stealthy?
I guess so. Yeah, it would be up against the rock wall.
Okay, give me a stealth check. Okay. Is Philip or is Wallace doing anything right now?
I guess in terms of action economy,
Mm-hmm.
is it still the same turn that I cast Fog Cloud in?
Oh yeah, I guess you would have you would have spent your action for Fog Cloud. You can
Right.
move if you want, I guess.
Since we were kind of posted up a little bit, could I have had a stealth check like kind of before and just, well, I guess casting a spell probably would have made it conspicuous and like called attention to me probably.
Yeah, that definitely drew
Is
some
that the reason?
attention.
Right. How much movement would it be to cross? I'm assuming we would have to go up to the steps here to have it not be as much movement, right?
Correct.
I guess. Yeah, I think I'll use 30 feet to get to like the bottom of the steps there
Okay.
for now.
These two will follow. This should have been their stealth check. Oh, good. And your tools. They're making kind of some noise. It's not being as quiet as you want to. It's hard with a lot of people. Aaron will go to Aldrin's side.
Is this the same turn that I cast invisibility, or can I do something else?
Yes, this will be all. This will be all in the same turn. Aaron's doing pretty well though. He's being
Okay.
quiet. You barely notice as he sneaks up behind you.
Yeah, probably should have waited.
But we can condition this as a new turn. These guys are making their way forward. What do you guys want to do?
I would like to cast Minor Illusion.
Okay.
I want to cast it right here at 30 feet.
Okay.
Just a moment. Right there. And it's basically just going to be like a kind of normal looking orc. And they're going to be basically walking around doing the like John Travolta gif, like I'm lost, looking around.
Yeah. Okay.
They don't make any sound, but
Where
looks
do
like
you
a
put them?
person. Right here.
Here.
Be
Okay.
On this like southwest side, yeah.
Okay. Read me the text of minor. Can you send the text of minor illusion through? Illusions is a create sound volume and can range for whisper. If you create an image on it, but it can be longer than 5-foot cube. So it will be a smallish orc.
That's fine. I'll make it like a child.
Yeah, a childish orc. The tokens is there for reference.
War-sized orc.
And steps forward. You hear, as you hear this, there is a loud screech. As specifically this one over here begins charging. You guys up in the tree line still have some actions if you wish to do something.
I think I would probably drop my invisibility right here now. Would the tree line that we're in right now provide some cover? I could hide again.
It is
need
heavily
be,
obscured,
as a bonus
but
action.
you are unable to end the invisibility because you are not concentrating on it.
Oh, I see. So technically,
You like
Could I
attack
cast
in
or-
front of you with a
if
dagger
I cast
to
a spell,
make it go
would
away.
I lose it or no?
If you cast a spell, yes, then invisibility will end.
In that case, then I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna cast blur on myself at 2nd level,
Okay.
just to make it harder. I'm not invisible, but hard to see. And
You're
if
blurry.
need be, I could, as a bonus action, just hide again, just in case. Just find another.
Yeah, give me a quick stealth
clearing.
check.
23.
Yeah, pretty solid. 31 actually, but yeah, fairly confident. Is there anything anybody else wants to do?
So the one that screeched, it sounded like it was the one that's like closest, right?
Correct. Though once it screeches, the others also screech.
Okay. Y'all are all getting in on it.
They're communicating. Stop it. I'm joking. Hey guys, let's go check it out.
And I haven't used this yet. I don't know whether these are like if they like attack or if they're like spellcasters. So I'm gonna drink the flower tea that I still have yet to use.
Okay. What does that do?
Interesting.
It's
interesting.
it's all the way back in the cave. God, I had this for months. It says it gives the drinker advantage on wisdom saving throws for the next hour. It's
Okay.
the elderflower rolls. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, you can drink the although hold on, let me think. I think you need to prepare that tea.
It didn't say
Like it's a
anything
tea
about
bag. Yeah, it may not say that because I listed out like the tea bags. The item itself that you have is the tea bag. That needs to be used with
Yeah, it needs to be
Aaron's
steeped.
canister.
Yeah.
I see. Sad. Okay, I do not drink the flower tea.
Whoever has actually Aaron doesn't have the canister. Who has the
I
canister?
have it.
Oh, there
I
you go.
have it, yeah.
Does Nuala hand Vondel this tea bag and say, "Quick"? No, I think it requires some time to use.
Yeah, it takes a bit.
Imagine I just whip out a kettle and just fucking.
I'm like super blurry, and I just pull out the the canister. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll get to business.
Is there anything else Nuala wants to do?
I mean, I do want to try to get closer while I'm still invisible to see if I can.
Yeah,
so I
if
can
you
get
want,
within that
yeah, if you
50.
want to move, absolutely.
Where
If
is
you're
this?
continuing to be stealthy, give me, of course, a stealth check.
Okay. That
Easy.
disadvantage is fucking killing me.
Rough.
Okay. Well, I tried.
As you're kind of inching forward, there's another screech as they kind of turn in your direction, though it doesn't seem like they know exactly where you are because you're invisible.
And then I'm gonna do the
Divine sense.
stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're in range now. You're 70 feet away.
What? I thought. Okay,
They'll start moving.
Now I'm not.
Anything else from anybody else? Is there anything he wants to do?
Yeah, I think
I'll try divine sense a third time to see if I'm in range.
You have not moved, so you're still not in range.
I put myself forward to 2.
Oh, how far did you?
Up.
Oh, you only moved 25 feet.
I was here and I
Oh,
went
I
there.
see. 60 feet. Yep, it's undead.
Haha, very nice. Okay. Okay. So what's the plan, guys?
Well, I'm just curious. Is Vanos done their thing?
Yeah, I've done my thing.
Philip,
Tar, is that his
no.
name?
Does Wallace want to do anything?
I think Wallace is gonna hold tight for now.
Okay.
Does
Kind
Philip
of
have
maintaining
anything
concentration
he
on
could
the
prepare?
You said what?
kind of just waiting for them to get close enough so that Wallace can do anything, I think.
Okay. Seeing kind of what's happening, Aaron will just step over a little bit, and cast haste on Dene. Let me just mark all these things down. Oh, who's Yotul? Does she want to do anything? Fucking Yotul will go invisible as well. Okay. From here, I need you guys to all roll initiative.
This
It's
is
happening.
something that I thought Philip had. I don't know if he does. What was the thing that know your enemy? Is that a fighter thing or?
Yeah, it's
I mean,
over the
if he
course
had-
of
if there was a-
yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Let me see if he. I think it has to be within like 30ish feet or something.
Yeah, was there a distance? Yeah, if there's a range, then.
Know your enemy.
I remember I was looking. And
Actually, yeah. If you
while
spend 1
ago,
minute
I
or
thought he had
more, he does not spend 1 minute or more observing
Yeah, I
these
think it's a little
creatures.
too long,
It's not
yeah.
gonna work.
All right, let's roll.
Let me do this real quick.
Initiative.
Weston, really quick, I keep forgetting I have that, but it says like I have like the improved divine smite as well, but it doesn't look like it adds on like automatically. I think I've been
Roll an
forgetting to
attack
do-
quick for me. Oh, here. There's a thing I learned, Nuala. Where was it? On your character sheet. How does it work? Wait, is dice?
I guess for a divine smite, actually, I usually like roll it like anyways with like the thing. I just think I've been forgetting to tack on that extra 1d8.
Let me check in a second. Hold on. Let me get initiative squared away. Oh shit. Is it all? Okay, yeah, those got added. Nuala, you're in initiative. Look at that. All right. Oh, how did Aaron and Philip get rolled? I didn't roll for them. Because we will pick this up next week. You guys have a good week. But yeah, next week we will start at the top of the initiative tracker with Wallace here. Think about what you want to do. 29? How is
Why
that
am I
possible?
always first? I got a nat 20 on initiative.
You have a plus
How it
9?
happened?
I don't want to hear it. I probably gave you something
that-
stupid.
That armor.
Oh
I also
yeah, you had your charisma
Ridiculous. Yeah.
to dex. Yep.
I
Makes
rolled a
sense,
nat
makes
20,
sense.
Still couldn't get high enough. Definitely.
But for now, you guys have a good night. I'll see you next week.
See you guys.
See ya.
See you
See you
next
guys.
week.
Bye.
Bye.